Orioles baseball on. Slide into savings with Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Zach Eflin make his July coming off a good outing in Cleveland.
Start of the season, you see the numbers on the year: 6 wins, 5.78 ERA. Typically a strike thrower, and he is. 47 strikeouts, 12 walks. His last time out was against the Guardians. 84 pitches, and this is StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Eflin's pitch arsenal. Cutter kind of leads the way. He'll use that 2 and seam 4 or 2. His best pitch this year, though, opponent's batting average 180.
The Toronto Blue Jays lineup. In runs scored per game, but first and on base. On the concussion IL, but big unexpected bats. Barger 8 spots behind some names. 4th year. Maybe the biggest surprise in baseball. Toronto is 63 and 43, and the Blue Jays are 5. At a year where Max Scherzer has missed months of the season.
Hitting .263 as a team. So 20.
Takes ball 1, a fastball inside from Zach Eflin. 6:36 today. Eflin wearing the long sleeves on a sweaty evening. It's 97 degrees and clear skies overhead at first pitch. Blowout loss in.
The Jays have just turned it on. The month of April wasn't that kind to them. Only 14 and 16. And 5 record here in the month of July.
The Jays' last 52 as Lucas fouled that changeup of himself. They are impossibly hot. They're 37 and 15 in their last 52 games, Ben. That's a 7-12.
Saw that coming either. I mean, gotten free agent, including Anthony, and others have not performed that. George Springer had arguably his worst season of his career last year. Really good season this year.
Springer will be next in line after Lucas takes a little time to reorient himself. And the other manager, as those coming off against Colorado, they took the last 2 games, which is 1 run, 18-0, the largest shutout in Orioles history. Rogers in those games, who went combined, walking 3, striking out 13. And now Eflin starts the game. 2, retire Lucas.
Zach Eflin can spin that breaking ball of his. The only year they're hitting pretty good on that curveball. They're hitting .429 on it, but not where you throw it right there. That is perfectly placed. That ball stayed in the zone a long time and finally got it down and in that he gets rid of. Lukes.
Frequent cutter up in the air to set.
One-year-old Zach Eflin out in the pasture going left to right. Cowser, Mullins, Rutschman. We've been waiting to say that name. Adley Rutschman behind home plate for the Orioles.
What a wonderful sign that is. Rutschman activated off the IL today. And he's Vladimir Guerrero. By Vlad standards, that's best hitters in baseball. Who retires him. Terrific start for Eflin. 9 pitches for a 1-2-3. Jackson, Jordan, and Gunnar. Maybe weekend for the Orioles in Colorado. They'll line up with Holiday, Westberg, Henderson, and Rutschman. 3 former first rounders, and Gunnar the first pick of the second round of the top 4. At first base after games. Orioles 22 runs per game. Going to face a good starting pitcher today, Chris Bassitt.
36 years old now, making his 22nd start of the season. He's been good as usual. He's 11 wins, 4 losses with a 3.88 ERA. 9 walks and 107. Boy, his last 2 starts, he has been outstanding. Both of them quality. And we'll take a look at Chris Bassitt's pitch arsenal. Four-seamer with it, so mostly fastballs at the top, then the cutter, the curveball, but he's got a lot of additional splitter, sweeper, and a changeup as well.
Holiday takes a breaking ball down the line and right. He's out in front of that slow curveball. Literally the rainbow. It's 8-pitch mix. The best pitch of those, probably the curveball, which is hit just a 159. Sinker very effective. Strikes on it. Runs up and away for ball 1. The 2 pitches that are really bad. For 25. The slider 6 for 9 has a love to get one of those here and there. You get a front hip sinker that's inside.
Not super high velocity. It's going to be 91. He may show you a he will front door that down and away from the left-handers, and occasionally he'll grab that 4-seam fastball and go up top shelf.
Jackson gets sliced up by a really good late breaking cutter. That's the primary strikeout pitch for Bassitt, and he has a K to kick off the night.
And it's hard too, because you saw the fastball at 91. This cutter right here at 89 miles an hour. And boy, he played.
How do you imagine you'd prepare?
I think you focus on the main 3, and the main 3, the fastball, the cutter, and the curveball. That's what you're going to see the most. You start worrying about 8 pitches, 3, because he will use. It's 86% fastball, cutter, curveball.
2-seam. That's a
when you combine the 2 and a 4-seam fastball, it's 50% fast. Right hip, the right belt, he'll get up.
There's a little breaking ball. To the 2-strike sweeper for a 1-out base hit.
Really good piece. It's not going to beat you high velocity. So you got that swing, and the reason why Westy did that was it allows his bat to stay through the ball just a little bit longer. If he holds on with 2 hands, he probably caps it off the end.
Wonderful all-around game yesterday.
Comes off right there at the last second. They threw the ball, just a difference between a base hit and a weak out.
Off the end of the bat, caught by a sliding Loperfido. Adrian Robertson, and now it's Adley Rutschman. A pat on the back from Tyler Heineman, and this very happy to see their former #1 overall pick back and healthy.
Good to see Rutschman. Clubhouse, everybody's eyes just lit up. Obviously, Adley on this team, and I know everybody's excited as we are in Baltimore.
Is in there for a strike. It's a .321 average. 47 games against big hits. Last time we saw Adley, June 19th at Tampa Bay. There are the numbers against Toronto, which included a wonderful opening day this year. Up, Adley was with a couple of home runs driven in 3. And look, the season numbers not great for Rutschman, but remember, he had a much better June before going down. Felt his oblique on a swing Friday. He was supposed to be in the lineup that day. That and ended up going on the IL the next day. Rutschman pops up a 2-seamer to the third base side, and Will Wagner will run out of room. .205 April and a 1. His first at bat.
Here at Camden Yards for his career. 18 earned runs in 21 innings of work here at Camden Yards. That's an ERA.
Slam. Good pitch to K's for Bassitt. Required. Stream it on your iOS TV, Roku, and through MLB. And subscribe. The red-hot Bo Bichette will stand in against Zach Eflin, who had a 1-2-3 first inning. And a little bit high for Bichette. He's coming off of 5 for 5. OPS up to 785. More power this year. Second most hits in the American League. This has been much more like it after a down year for Bo Bichette. But tough matchup for him. 2 for 17 career.
In the backside of the field, we see a lot of his base hits go up the middle and toward right center and right field. On fire as of late. 367 batting average, 14 extra. 19 consecutive games.
Since the All-Star break, Bichette, Guerrero, and Springer into left field for 2-strike hit.
In Major League Baseball, they just At home ball. And the fewest strikeouts in baseball. And Major League Baseball, it is
the Orioles last saw the serious power threat. He is slugging .507, just barely behind George Springer for the team lead. He's got 76 hits, 39 for extra bases. 0-2. Prospects. School in Tampa, Florida in 2018. Last with his .601 OPS in 69 games.
Shed had an off year last year. Springer had an off year last year, but not so much this year.
A really good sign for Zach. Both on the hook.
Yeah, and I'm looking at his command. I'm watching. Pegging the glove pretty regularly. He is spinning that breaking ball in there. So definitely looks good so far. He looked good against Cleveland. His first time since coming off the IL for the second time.
Highest against. And there are 5 of them in this Jays lineup. There's this Coby Mayo over box for the second out. Insights presented by PNC. The fastball encouraging him return from the IL.
Yeah. A little bit below average fastball, but he uses that sinking fastball with a lot of movement to it. And it's all about control and command. And when you talk about Zach Eflin, that's what you think about, is a guy that can really stay out of the heart of the plate and work the corners.
Strike one to Joey Loperfido. Another unsung hero for the Jays. Only played in 15 games, but 14 out of 41 with a couple of homers and 3 walks. Loperfido came over from Houston last year, the Yusei Kikuchi trade. Pokes this ball into left field to Colton Cowser. Cowser will be due up third in the bottom of the second behind Ryan O'Hearn and Ramón Laureano after 2 scoreless from Eflin. Maryland Lottery's fast play contestant of the game, John McNally from Denton, has won $500 for being selected to win $500 more for every Orioles home run, $5,000 for each of those game at mdlottery.com/home-run. Kevin Brown, Ben McDonald, Melanie Newman back with us, and our outstanding mass and crew in this bottom of the second inning. Jays and O's going to play a split doubleheader tomorrow, 12:35, 6:35, and then Wednesday we're going to squeeze in quickly in this series.
In a short amount of time, too. Ooh.
Put into O'Hearn. It's a foul tip called by Brian Walsh belatedly. So it is a 1-1 count. Good matchup for O'Hearn. 7 for 13. It's a high 4-seamer there. What was a number that felt significant to you? How many at-bats you'd have against a player where you felt like, okay, the sample size is big enough?
10. I always went on 10. Like if I doubles in there and a homer, you go, okay.
Out of play.
Games over 500 in a
The second most hits.
He's not going to beat himself.
One the other way. Make it 8.
He's going to let that ball travel. Serves it out to left field. And a good start for the Orioles here in the bottom of the second.
Two hits for the Orioles, and now Ramón. OPS against Toronto. Is there more? Only Shohei Ohtani's been better among active players.
Off for Chris Bassitt, 2.
Doubled, was walked and hit by a pitch in the Colorado series. Bassitt will step off with the pitch timer winding down. Laureano, great night game hitter, great home game at home. So as the third best right in the American League behind Aaron.
Bingo card when the month of April rolled around. Head to Vegas.
If you had Laureano or Springer on that,
right.
George had last year. Bassitt misfires with a sinker, and it's 2-2. 3 heaters and a changeup. Orioles 11th in the majors.
Yeah, that breaking ball is.
Cowser.
Yeah.
Not going to do it on this pitch. And low perfido. Hey, Birdland cheer on the Orioles Saturday, August 9th against the A's. 7:05 Camden Yards. It is Orioles Hall of Fame Day, and the first 20,000 fans receive this amazing, complete with pie. And recognize Adam, Joe Ursulak, and Tom Davis, this year's inductee.
That's so good.
That bobblehead can pie you in the face. With our Melanie Newman and Adam and Joe and Tom are all going to be part of the ceremonies next weekend. Special group of 3.
They could favor Cedric Mullins because we know where we saw his heat map the other day, and he likes the ball. That 2-seam fastball, that's kind of where it's going to end up.
boy.
That was it right there, man. That's the one. If you're Cedric.
What do you expect from Bassitt now?
I think he's going to come with that. Curveball's been pretty good so far.
The four-seam. '89th game of the year. Time for the team lead. 14 steals. Time for the team lead. Here in Baltimore. And what's obviously going to be an uncomfortable homestand for folks. When their final game as an Oriole might come. Gregory Soto and Brian Baker. Happens come the beginning of August. 3-2 pitch. Went to the curveball a couple of pitches later.
Ryan O'Hearn's name has been mentioned a lot as well. Tough for the players right now, but I know what it's about. And nobody, I mean, all these players are on record saying they want to stay here in Baltimore. Too.
Yep.
There's no doubt about
it. Mullins drives one high, deep right field. Home run number 101. Dead central off one of the
We kind of spoke that one into existence right there. That's the one Cedric normally punishes, and he had a pitch just about 3 pitches ago that he swung just underneath. But I'm going to tell you what. Once, shame on me. You throw it. Orioles with a 2-0 lead.
The three-way tie for the team home. Mullins and the 2-run shot from Ced. The first 2 in this series. Now Coby Mayo. That's a long drive to left field. Up off the moon and into the bird bath. Mullins and Mayo mashing and mashing. Lead.
Hey now, that's what I call leaning back on one right there. Coby Mayo with his 3rd long ball of the year, his 13th RBI, folks, and that one was covered.
The dugout to get a drink of water. A couple of year Oriole Mullins, 408 feet, and the 2nd-year Oriole Mayo, who goes 413.
And this is the 8 and 9 hole hitters in this Oriole lineup. Me and you were talking about it, man. This lineup, I love the look of this lineup, and so far it's pretty good.
You know, it doesn't. Chris Bassitt, he had to look at.
The entertainer gets it started with a 2-run shot. He barrels that one on the flag court, and then Coby Mayo leaned back on one, kid, and boy, he leaned back on that one for a bomb. And yes, sir, you got all of that one.
He came back. He has not missed a single Mo Gabba day so far. That was one of his best. What is legacy to celebrate? He said it's not about the Orioles or the Ravens. It's about Baltimore as a whole. It didn't matter. He asked me the tough questions. He says, all the time, he keeps in touch with this book, but said this is what it's about. He's also looking tonight. He said nights like tonight are always magical happens. We saw it with that great Trey Mancini play a couple of years ago, but we think about Mo and the entire Gaba family every day.
Amazing moments, Mel, we've had on this day the last few years, and I think we're going to Mancini play a little later on. Maybe get the eyes a little by Tyler Heineman. Always seems like something special happens when Mo's looking down on us on this his day. And a special start for the Orioles. Back-to-back home runs here on the field from Cedric Mullins and Coby Mayo. 8th time the Orioles have gone back-to-back this year, and Zach Eflin has a nice little cushion early. Another pending free agent. I wonder if this is his last start as an Oriole. And look, Zach's been through this before. Last year, around this time.
About a year ago.
Traded from the Rays to the Orioles. In fact, it was a year ago on Saturday. Facing Will Wagner here, who was not with the Blue Jays yesterday because Will had some family business to attend to. His dad, Billy, inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
How about that?
And
was positioned absolutely perfect. Far over as he could get. Right behind second base. Would have been a base hit. Gunnar Henderson from a couple of days ago. Seems to be working out pretty good for him.
sometimes that's all it takes. Lose the mustache. You ever have a mustache?
I tried to grow one time, but it didn't last very long.
Lucas fouls away a cutter, 0-2. To do it. Cutter rather mature for his age. But he struck out on a curveball his first time, and that one ping. First time through the order, what do you like from Zach?
I like this. Tomoyuki Sagano, right? It's control and command. It's staying out of the hard to plate. It's a lot of last night, you know, and had two really good starts so far by Oriole pitchers. And Zach, I got to ask you, had a mustache?
What do you think? No
I'm
way.
curious. It might like maybe 20.
Lands just out of play. I had a professor, if you grew a mustache or grew a beard, I think it was, he said you probably look 4 years older. I said, thanks, Professor Nicholson. Impressive right there. Never do it. Tomo's got a little mustache cooking too.
Last night too, a good outing.
Another tough at bat here. Marcus, who barely played for the Jays last year at times and has acquitted himself pretty well. 30-year-old season, now 31. Nathan Lucas, 754 OPS, 354 on base percentage, 28 walks, only 32 strikeouts at the top of the card. And Lucas lifts one to right field with some distance on this. It's gone. 8th home run for Nathan Lucas. And the Jays are on the board answering.
Went down and got that break. His legs and buried it out to right center field. 398 feet, 100 miles an hour off the bat for his 8th long. Twelve of them.
Back this year, now giving up 17 home runs.
Yeah, last year Eflin threw 165 in the third, gave up 22 home runs. 68 innings this year, 17 so far.
Springer has looked a lot better than this year. Top 6 in the league on base and slugging. Since the All-Star break in the last 10 games, Springer, Guerrero, and Bassitt have combined to hit .411 with a .471 on base 65 times in 10 games.
Wow.
One sweeper to him, very careful, and Springer.
Over 6 runs.
Guerrero with 14 home runs on the year. Highest career slugging against the Orioles. And that ties the game over the leaping. Out, nobody on, and the Jays strike for 3 runs and 3 batters. Home runs from Lucas and
4 off the bat, 390. And this is going to sound. Powered it out straightaway center field. Watch this ball gets him. He wasn't quite sure if he got it or not. Cedric Mullins the wall and just misses that one by inches.
mighty swing for Guerrero Jr. Fastest swingers in baseball. A pretty flat angle to the ball, which is why he has so many hard hit grounders and line drives. He doesn't elevate as much as you'd ideally like someone with that power to get, but he has 15 homers, had 30.
Ballpark too. I mean, some bull.
His last 2 games.
We talked about his ability to use. Doesn't strike out much. This it feels like they just find a way to put bat on ball. End up with a base hit.
All of a sudden, the Blue Jays, since the break, strikes and strikes again. kind of feel like the vibe just past the bat. Never 23 Orioles team did fall.
Don't make sense. If you look at their pitching, better this year. The bullpen last year was this year, so the bullpen much improved, but the starters are just kind of been okay this year, or slightly below okay.
Jose Barrios, who's been pretty good, 3.83 ERA. Bassitt is a little bit above average.
And what every fifth day.
Eric with a 2.61 ERA. Games 10 starts. The other three have just been haven't needed to be great. With 23 since May 8th.
Because when we saw him early in the year, don't forget this is a team last year that went East. They've already got 63 wins this year, 74 total last year.
Is when it started to turn around. They were cold in May, decent June, and two-strike pitch to center. And now makes the catch after runners for Toronto. Home runs from Lucas and Guerrero. On pharmacy, healthcare just got less. Today's copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Orioles and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express. Fans of all ages here in Baltimore, Maryland. It's Jordan Westbrook bobblehead night. Westy's already got a bobblehead evening. 1 of 4 for the Orioles today. Rather bobblehead worthy. No. Jordan, 30 games since retirement. Second best slugging percentage on the team, third in OPS. Bunch of big hits, 7 home runs.
Only one thing for Westy to do, and that's just stay healthy, man. Because if he stays healthy, I'm telling you, the number you're going to see some big numbers.
And you're going to see 2 hits on his bobblehead night. Westberg with 2 strikes.
Five and above considered hard. That's Jordan Westbrook at his best.
Series, 2 hits to start. Chris Bassitt to Gunnar Henderson. Bassitt, but he's a couple today. Always able to keep you off balance with that 8.
And I doubt he's going to give in and give Henderson a 2-seam fastball, because it could run right back in the barrel. Let's see what he does on a 2-0 count with Westy over at first. The outside edge. Who's even a little bit more. See it right there, right about his forearm and his right arm. He'll push what button?
Would you have ever wanted to call your own game?
Anything, but yeah, I mean, I like confirmation though. There wasn't a better feeling to know when I got the ball back what pitch I wanted to throw, and then that finger was going down. That gave you even more confidence that yes, this is the right pitch to execute. I wanted the catcher thinking right along with me.
Or Cal could
for me for an entire season.
Up high to gutter, 3-2. Mel, what you got on Chris Bassitt?
Yeah, so first of all, the infielders can have pitch comm units. I don't know that they've ever been given a deciding one, but Ben, you could have been the one to suggest, hey, give Cal the one with the button. So Bassitt, it simply came down to the fact too frequently for his catcher to run through the motions.
Well, first walk, and the first 2 are on for Adley Rutschman. It's pretty amazing. Bassitt size. Invent a new pitch tonight too.
And how do you know where they're all at? That's what I can't figure. I mean, that thing's hanging from your hip. How do you know what button was what? Seems complicated to me, but Bassitt's got it figured out.
It's like Jeopardy contestants practice going on buzzer control. Getting to the
wow. Bassitt staring him.
for location as well. Have a receiver in his hat, so in case he picks the wrong, have just not been well commanded. Pitcher with the lowest walk rate, Chris Bassitt, of his 11-year big league career.
How about a green light 3-0 here? No. What, did he spin a little cutter in there?
Pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Swings away and drives the ball to deep center field. It will hit the back. Welcome back, Adley. 2 bases, 2 ribbies on a deep drive to center, and the Orioles retake the lead.
Adley Rutschman is back in the house, folks. 10th double of the year. He got an outstanding. And the Orioles back on top. That one off the bat at 104. Well, Gunnar had a really good read, didn't he? There was no hesitation from first base.
games off, and he hasn't missed a beat
yet. That they're missing right now is Ryan Mountcastle.
Ryan O'Hearn tries to add to the fun. Westberg, Henderson, and Rutschman, who were in the lineup together that much this year. They've all been injured at one point. This is what it's supposed to.
Yeah, and look. Now it's worked out for Laureano. He's hitting everybody this year. But a lot of times it's a trickle down. Yeah, you can tell Rhino about hitters and listen to them. They say when somebody throws a slow curveball, you can kind of see that ball hop up out of the hand a little bit. It looked like Ryan saw that ball hop and waited, just couldn't wait quite long enough.
There's a 1-2. He just loves to do that. To wear you down and go. Thinks he has the advantage. And he's now 8 for.
And the Orioles 1 for 1 position.
Another curveball, and O'Hearn again.
He's seeing it pretty good. Orioles had their very best in the last series. The Orioles hit.
Boy, already Mason Fluharty up in the Jays. Park that has been a house of horrors for Chris Bassitt continues to seem rather frightening.
30th this year in Toronto. Went 6 innings, gave up. Different story in his career.
Yeah. Just the second strikeout on a changeup for Chris Bassitt this season.
Well, that's an unhittable pitch right there. It's a changeup that starts in. O'Hearn still talking to home plate umpire Brian Walsh, but watch this ball come back. It's a changeup. See where it starts, but look where it ends up. Man, that ball, it's a hitter. You see it inside. Going again, that ball leaked right back over the inside part. A perfect pitch by Bassitt.
Now 24 pitches deep. Ramón Laureano goes curveball chasing. It would be a just for tonight, but with a double. Then a quick turnaround before. The starters are going to be inside. Strike to Laureano.
Oh, that a strike? Maybe 4 inches. at the end of the year, in the final year. Some starts, it feels like, every year.
3.86 ERA with Bassitt in his 11th. In 22. Young votes 3 times. Laureano up the middle. That is third, and Lucas will lob it in. Ramón Laureano single up the middle, and the Orioles have back. And once more, a 3-run lead.
Boy, that was such a good swing, too. He recognized that breaking ball, just kind of set back on it. And 36-year-old Chris Bassitt.
Game stretch, now 29 in a 3-game stretch for the O's. And we're just getting the party started. Second shortest start of the year for Bassitt. Second most. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand. Plus MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Options apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Mound 2 days before he's scheduled to pitch.
Yeah.
And he and the Orioles bench are liking this 6-3 lead as they knock out Chris Bassitt in the 3rd.
There's Mason Fluharty making his 40th appearance. Opponent's hitting .209 off the left-hander. Fluharty only a 2-pitch mix for him. He's going to throw that cutter about 61% of the time and a sweeper behind that.
Colton Cowser to second base. Fluharty gets just what he wanted, a double play to end the inning. Price a 1. But the Orioles answer the Blue Jays 3 with a trifecta of their own. Is brought to you by Baltimore area Toyota dealers. It's game on at Toyota. Visit your local Baltimore area Toyota dealer or check out buyatoyota.com. Straight 3s on the second time tonight.
Yeah, F needs that 0 here in the top of the 4th. Orioles got him a 3-0 lead. He gave it right back in the top of the 3rd. So he needs that 0.
Didn't get the close call there on Ernie Clement. Tough guy to get one past Ernie Clement.
What's going on at home plate?
That's literally right down the middle.
I mean, you couldn't set it. Get that right arm. Should have been.
Up the middle for base hit.
Yeah, he.
The 2 arms of the seesaw swing, and sometimes it's very tough to umpire. It gets weighed down by, yes, but the plate. So just a very
miss in the first one because it was on the corner, but that second one, man, what you call
one to called up from AAA Buffalo a couple of weeks ago. The big leagues. Not there on a changeup. Remember, early in the season, Zach Eflin really had. He's thrown 10% more than last year. Against slugging percentage against.
a very similar movement profile as that two-seam fastball. It's just about 5 or 6 miles an hour slower.
There it was again. He said that it's a pitch he's messed with over the years. Splitter and tries to give it a two-seam kind of run.
It looks very similar to the two-seamer.
Loperfido ground ball. Could have been a double play. But 2 ground balls here in the 4th. They've now got up the tying run with nobody out.
Yeah, this team can hit, man. We talked about it. Best hitting team average-wise in baseball. 263 team batting average. Remember, the average big league hitter in today's game is hitting about 240.
And they're just 2 strike menaces, the team with the lowest strikeout rate in baseball. Strikes.
Good thing about Zach Eflin, he can create them, so he's always got a chance to turn a double.
Decision there, whether it was on or from Tyler Heineman. Just scored 3 to try to give away an out here. Tyler Heineman, who's hitting .320. I mean, what do you think? Maybe.
Maybe if you're John Schneider, the manager for the all year long with runners in score, taking on a base hit right here, but field back. So just a routine ground ball to Eflin will play the run for the Blue Jays, and it too. Because look, when you bunt with first,
although it is the 4th. And Wagner is second. It was a late break from Clement, but he'll score easily. How for Will Wagner in a 6-4.
this ball, and he had it in his glove. It rattled out. It's an out, and obviously nobody scores. But when it kicked away, runner from third base, Ernie Clement, took an extra 90 and scored. This ball was blistered here by Wagner. Watch Jackson.
So Wagner with an RBI. The Jays get 1 back for now. And Lucas, who homered his last time, takes high. Plate appearances to kick.
Home runs. So they don't rely on the home run. They can beat you a lot. part of the game. Although they're base hits and scoring from second base bases.
And those are the second most sack behind San Diego. And there are the Padres and the Blue Jays have their postseason teams. The Diamondbacks and Royals behind them are not.
Yeah, for me, look, to be a complete team, you got to be able to win a lot of different ways offensively. That means, yes, the long ball and the slugging is a big part. Out there, and Mullins. Are you kidding me? Set a little bit shallower by design. Long way. One quick peek at the wall. Up he goes and Cedric Mullins.
Look who's coming to the plate.
Why does it always feel like this? Somebody makes a great play and it feels like they're anybody that thinks that Cedric Mullins, by defensive standards, that's what it says, is the worst center fielder in baseball, you can go kick rocks. That's what you can do. They ain't
Well
no
said.
way.
I'll encourage folks to be a little more selective.
Yeah, like everybody, every center fielder can make this play. I mean, are you kidding? Time. And he just hung up there and reeled it in.
He basically overran the ball from Lucas, which just kept flying and flying. Didn't seem like, I don't know how you felt. I didn't think it was
either, but as you mentioned, it just kept. This is Baltimore weather this time of the year. It's humidity in the air. The ball just keeps on.
spectacular catches on the homestand. Anybody here in the ballpark, they know it could be Cedric Mullins' final homestand. They know he's a pending free agent. Don't know what the Orioles will do at the deadline. Cedric Mullins, they're soaking in any. And the second is 1 for 2. Let's
for that. We talked about where got off the bat and well out of the ballpark for Coby Mayo. So long stroke working for the Orioles so far tonight.
Mayo pulverized the sinker from Chris Bassitt, who left the game, allowing 6 earned. And Fluharty trying to give the Jays some innings with a doubleheader tomorrow. Keep him in the game. Well, Coby Mayo's looked a lot more comfortable of late. And Tony Mansolino hinted at an adjustment after the game yesterday. Maybe this
on the right is the latest, and he's elbow is instead of the elbow being up. That's just simplifying things. That's one. A little bit more.
That ball got a piece of the knob.
When he get your foot down, get your bat a little bit better hitting.
Stretch of his young major league career. Coby.
Yeah, Coby is, I'm telling you, he is working as hard as anybody on both sides of the ball. He was out again today, like he is every day, early, working, taking a lot of ground balls, working on. He is working his tail off.
And he slams this ball into left field. And covering everything right now. Coby.
Home run came on the fastball, and this is 105 off the bat. You talk about see it. In a ready position, just leaning back perfectly on it. I mean, that is right there.
Standing looks too from our camera.
And that's where Coby likes the ball. If you've noticed it, up. And I mean, that first picture we show, and they want him to stand up a little bit more, hit and not bend over.
Jackson in the dirt from Fluharty. Sixteen pitches for Fluharty, who may be near the end of his line. He did pitch 2 days ago, and the Blue Jays have Brendan Little, one of 3 lefties in the bullpen, looking pretty loose.
Bullpen. He leads the American League in. He is Little.
Fluharty did only fouls away a cutter. Mason Fluharty's given up last 7 relief outings. 5.15 ERA for the true rookie. Very good strikeout rate though. Instead, he buries the sweeper.
Jackson had himself a good series against the Rockies. He has a home run in 6 of his last 9 series.
Got a day off yesterday against a 3-2. Mayo.
Fluharty right there. Heineman kind of rocks to the outside part and more a little crossfire action. Maybe, maybe not, but gets the call.
Up right away. For the Jays. And here's Webb. Bobbled his on his. Orioles have 8 hits already. They scored 5 runs yesterday on just 5 hits plus 4 walks. Had stacked up. With 2 strikes. He's thinking about second.
just one homestand. Jordan bobblehead night, 8th double of the season. Coby Mayo just going right in the face of the left fielder, Loperfido. He goes first to third. Westy follows him around, slides safely into second base. Watch Westy right here. He's thinking, he's watching the throw. He's see where it's going to go. He never has. Guess what? Not sliding head first, is he?
Jen, we got a challenge here. I think Westberg may have been out on the pop-up slide.
Oh. Yeah, that was not the design of this replay, obviously, for little things like this. And if the tag stayed on him, watch him a little bit, he comes up. Watch the right spike right here. And clearly in safe right there, but watch as he comes up.
Defender plus 10 outs out here based on that last replay. Two out for Gunnar Henderson. Ball from Vic Carapazza.
The runner had disengaged from second base and was. Toronto retained their challenge.
Wow. Great challenge. As the Orioles. Life you love, don't let your feet get in the way. Visit Good Feet. 3 years ago today, Trey Slow lost it in the sun. Help from above. Mancini's final at-bat as an Oriole at Camden Yards turned into an inside the park home run. 2 years to the date after Mo, Trey was very close with, passed away. I've got. We all had just one of those inexplicable, unforgettable.
You were here at Oriole Park, you'll. An inside the park home run off a forehead.
Guys in the ballpark. We're always thinking about he was.
That dude loved him some Oriole.
Mo is looking forward to another Ravens season and hopefully looking forward to another win. Springer fights off a 2-2 from Zach Eflin foul.
Is that a fastball? What did it read? I think it was.
The read was changeup, but I wonder.
It was 87, but it almost looked like a fast.
That's a breaking ball fouled away. I go through Springer, Guerrero, and Bichette for a third time. Incredibly long of a leash.
Well, the key is collect to get loose in that Oriole bullpen.
He's hung a couple of curveballs today, but there have been some really good ones.
Part of the plate exactly where it's delivered.
Ball one to Guerrero Jr. Leagues this year, that was over the place right now.
The inside part of the plate, it may be
shot to
Blue Jays are some smart hitters. They're going to get their toes up on the plate. They're going to look for the ball middle away. Trying to come in here. This ball never got all the way in. You see where that ball is? See where Rutschman had set up on the inside part of the plate. Ball hits right on the tip of Jackson Holliday's glove. Blue Jays a ground ball to one of the middle infielders here.
Little looper, center field. This guy.
I mean,
8 consecutive at-bats with a hit. He's just
what you call living right there. Hard, but they have been hit in the right place. Tony Mansolino.
Final Orioles start with a deadline Thursday. Wilson. Eflin leaves with the lead. 4 and a third.
Jiffy Lube, get a 15-minute oil change, plus we vacuum. You'll get more in a Jiffy. 4 and a third for him. Time for Corbin Martin now. Martin making his 6th appearance of the year. He's been solid. Martin.
And in the last 11 days appearance, and he's doing what trying to strand Barger. This is a big spot for Martin.
Yeah, and Martin's got a good arm too. Fastball so far. Opponent's hitting just 200 off of it. He's going to have a slider, a curveball, and maybe a changeup.
And there is that maybe changeup.
A good one too.
Second round pick of the Astros out of Texas A&M in 2017. 2023 season with surgery to repair a torn lat tendon in his right shoulder. Opening day Diamondback in 2023 before getting hurt.
That's another thing. Injuries is, 10 years ago and back further than that, you never hardly. I mean, the only thing I can think of is the same reason why we're losing a lot of. I mean, Eflin's been out with a lat injury. Who else with the Orioles? It's been 2 or 3 guys at least.
There have been so many. I know Alex Bautista still waiting for results on his shoulder.
Yes.
97 top shelf. Big strikeout for Martin against Barger.
Corbin Martin just stepped on that one, man. And he can do that every now and then. We talk about the fastball averaging 95, but he can step on one every now and then at 97, just above the top of the zone. Very well done right there. No chance at all. Hitting with runners in scoring position, they have been outstanding.
5th best OPS in baseball, better than that in average. Slow ground ball foul here. It's 0-2.
Blue Jays were 15th last year, right in the middle of the pack. Runners in scoring position, second this year. 4.1 so far this year. And hitting with runners in scoring.
To first, completes the out. Martin, Corbin Martin. He strands a pair with a couple of.
They out over at first base to get the.
Time for a team.
Welcome back. 3-1 count. Boy, he got him a two-seam fastball. And welcome back to Adley Rutschman.
A 2-run double, part of a 3-run third, as the Orioles lead 6-4 against Toronto here, and Rutschman's due up second in this inning between Gunnar Henderson and Ryan O'Hearn. Brendan Little, who is typically the bullpen late game guy in a 6-4 game.
Appearance of the year. That is the most appearances by any relief pitcher in the American League. Look at the numbers, though. A 1.90 ERA. Opponents hitting just 1.73 off the left-hander, Little.
Which is part of the reason why he's in right now. The Jays are obviously pushing. There's a long way to go. They're down 6-4 in the fifth. Throws it in the zone. He gets you to swing. May not be a. Have 3 pitchers. Paxton Schultz and Easton Lucas. Young man with a doubleheader tomorrow, but they didn't. Henderson, who went around, according to Vic Carapazza, down from third. On that Oriole dugout.
Oh,
that's not even remotely close.
No.
Of course not.
And I normally don't scream too. Favored the Orioles tonight. Not to this point.
Maybe that's dumb luck. Maybe that's the violence of his. No, but it's not the first time that's happened.
Well, I could certainly.
This may be. John Schneider playing, which will look brilliant.
Really bite them tomorrow in a doubleheader. You know, they're trying to win every game. They come in with a 5.5 game lead in the AL East over the Yankees.
It's not Alejandro. Oh, it's not Alejandro Kirk. Well, just keep it. Adley Rutschman back in the big leagues, looking like he never left. It's a double-double.
Do it, Rutsch. 11th double of the season, and a bullet right down the third base line. Will Wagner was pulled well off the bag. No chance for him.
Those numbers against Toronto career keep getting better. It's probably OPSing over 1,000 against the Jays right now. 27 extra base hits. Oh, her right center field. Up. Into second with to back pitches. Orioles swell the lead back to 3.
There. Fastball on the first. That's what you call smoke. Adley
Ryan O'Hearn, just his 4th extra base season. He's 12 for. Off of Dylan Dodd. And Brennan Little, you mentioned the 2/3 innings back to left, way gone. Little by little, the Orioles are going to knock another Blue Jay reliever out of the game. Laureano jumps team lead with his 15th home run, and they're pouring it on.
Boy, that ball was touched too. This is what you call getting all of one right here, folks. That's what he was brought over to do, to attack left-handers. He's attacked everything this year.
Little still in there for one of the year. First has allowed 3 runs. His 50th game.
Came in with a 1.90 ERA, and obviously that has gone up. Last year Little wasn't bad, but he wasn't nearly this good. 3.74 ERA last year.
Colton. And the more pitches you make him throw, the more it's going to wear him down for tomorrow, when the Blue Jays need to cover. A night that was 97 at first pitch, a hot, humid, sticky evening. And the wheels of this outing have slowly fallen off for Brendan.
This swing right here. Tee it up and let it fly, fellow. Boy, did he ever let that one fly. 3 home runs.
And the Blue Jays.
Here.
9-4. And again, we said this was a risk. More than 2 runs out of a. The more pitches he throws, the more compromise. All right. Righty coming up.
6 runs allowed in 2. And he'd been throwing the ball.
Another extra base hit. Brendan Little had allowed base hits all. He's given up 4.
Absolutely torching the ball tonight. 18 runs on 18 hits a couple of games ago, 1 again last night, and they are picking up right where they left. That was a pitching change. John Schneider quickly out of that Blue Jays dugout.
Not quick enough. 9-4. Going for more. Schedule brought to you by Contact Science. Doubleheader day tomorrow. It's a 6:30 both on Masson, 12:30 on Wednesday. Phillies on the road.
Yeah, you talk about 3 tough series in a row, man. There's Tommy Nance making just his 5th appearance of the year. In the sample size, he's been good. Opponent's hitting just 118 off the veteran right-hander, Nance.
Nightmare of a game. The Orioles over one of the best relievers in. Brendan Little. He had allowed 6 extra face. Today he gave up.
Fielding percentage this year, but if you look at the other analytical, does.
Mayo dribbler. Cowser was right in front of him, and Tommy Nance decided to go to first base. A run scores instead.
And I felt like Nance was there. I mean, all he had to do was shovel it to home plate, but he said it and elected to go to first base. This is one of the ones you want to get around with your glove and just kind of shovel it with your glove towards home plate. Didn't think he had time, took the out over at first base, but Coby Mayo will get an R.
So 10-4. And Holiday, which we said Jackson had a couple of hits.
Sinking fastball for Nance and a slider.
High curveball, strike 3, inning in the second, 3 in the third. How about 4 in the fifth? In market fans, inspired on massive Android mobile devices or through Fire TV, Roku, and MLB.tv. Don't miss a pitch. Go to Mass and subscribe today. Into the 6th inning, Corbin Martin, after a long layoff, returns with a 6-run lead. Gets a high strike. Right now, this Orioles bullpen. It sounds like we may not see fielder be out for a while. It's a matter of conclusive because there's a lot of going to be able to give him another M.
That does not.
Strike 3 to Joey Lopez. Strike right down the middle, 1 away.
Vito was looking for, but it wasn't 95 right down the gut.
Folks should know the shoulder. Tommy John is in all kinds of shoulder ailments. As this ball stay hot, Tyler Heineman.
Ball just clips the edge of the wall, and when it did, Laureano was not expecting it. We'll play the defense back.
Looks like he needs
oxygen,
a keg of oxygen. Oh boy. Take a couple of pitches for him. But can that be related to the recovery from Tommy John and the
break right here for the Orioles? Well done by Corbin Martin. You do Tommy John rehab your entire arm and your entire obviously, you know, it's 12 a Tommy John surgery before your entire body, and that's why a lot of guys come back. Exercise. I'm sure he was strengthening the related.
The official word right now is simply right shoulder discomfort. Again, no specific diagnosis as the Orioles are waiting until the inflammation clears and they can get Tony Mansolino said it might be on Thursday.
You know, and look, here's the thing about shoulders too. I mean, for guys that have thrown a lot of innings in high school, college, if you would, college, minor leagues, on both of these teams right now, you would probably find some type of shoulder issues going on that maybe they didn't know they had, right? A little bit of fraying of the cuff, a little bit of fraying of the labrum area, which is very that. Potentially irritated, and it's going to take some time. I mean, they talk about couple weeks off, you see where you're at, see what the MRI says again. And by the time he picks up, be enough to get him back at the end. You get him back healthy for.
Fouls away, strikes.
Than what elbows are. Placement is arguably sports. I mean, more guys. Whatever your career was over, but now.
From Martin Wood, an outing for him. Gabaday, it's our fourth Mo Gabaday for the Orioles, and first time they beat the Rays. Trey Mancini. Gabaday, the Orioles would shut out and walk off the Yankees 1-0. Memorable game there. Anthony Santander with a walk-off home run deep into the night. If the Orioles hold on to this lead, every day should be Mo Gabaday. Offense has led the way, 3 in the second, 3 in the third. Just made after 3 straight 2-strike hits. Scored 1. Ball 2 from Tommy Nance. 34-year-old who was acquired from the Padres last year, spent most of the league year, 4.98 ERA.
Two-0 count, thinking you get in the fastball, a little cutter.
With breaking balls. Last season hit 19 home runs off breaking balls.
He's got himself in a spot now where he can almost sit on the breaking.
Chopped to for one of the games.
He had to quickly get the ball out of his.
Ernie Clement, who is a +10 outs above average. Just his 5th error of the season right there. Very good defensive team, Toronto. 8th in outs above average. Really good infield. Clement leading the way. Alejandro Kirk, exceptional catchers. Now, Anderson times a steal, and it's ball 1 to Adley.
Yeah, the defense, the Blue Jays, but when you look at fielding percentage,
Tomorrow, Wednesday. They hope he's retired after. Yeah, he can run now. He can run all the way to third. Adley Rutschman back into the lineup, back onto the roster, and peppering the outfield.
Tony Manson out today. Everybody's eyes lit up. There were a lot of hugs and high fives of energy to this Oriole ball club. And I tell you what, he's boosted it too with 3 base hits, a couple doubles, and now a single. Gunnar Henderson just flying around.
There's something to this lineup configuration.
Well, me and
oh, got a chance for 2 here. Clement certainly made up for the backhanded flip, and the Blue Jays turn. $7.05. Each ticket includes $15 worth of loaded value. Let's rock into the 7th. The first place Jays were 5.5 up on the Yankees in the American League East. But the Orioles Jays split series tonight with Colin.
Selby. It was Corbin Martin, huh? Face 5, struck out 4.
I was just going to ask you the same thing. How good was Corbin Martin?
Yeah, big time stuff. Fastball, good breaking ball. Struck out 4 out of 5. You're doing pretty good.
Was over through the walk. Corbin Martin, he faced through 5 balls. He had 4. Hey, with Felix Bautista gone for a couple of weeks, Brian Baker and maybe Sir Anthony Dominguez, who now on this roster, you are going to have an opportunity. Martin has taken advantage of the opportunities. Inside to Guerrero, there's no question. What's that going to do for him? So slider to Vladdy. His 5th pitcher.
Was hit hard, knew he had plenty. Drop step. See the little drop step.
.113. That is some primo egg. Who's 8 for his last 8. And now it's incumbent upon tonight's official score as to whether or not Bo has a franchise record 9 straight at bats with a hit. I think he will get it. It is a base hit. The new Blue Jays record with a hit.
Bichette can run a little bit too, and if
I couldn't tell for sure.
I couldn't
5 for 5 in Detroit yesterday. Next pitch, a mile. No play. Let's see.
I still couldn't tell. Here we go. Yeah,
Yep.
looked like it barely ticked it. See how hard Gunnar was having to go to his right, though, even if he comes up with the arm that he has.
9 consecutive at-bats with a hit for Bo Bichette, who came into today second in the majors, or second in the American League in hits behind Aaron Judge.
9, that's almost impossible.
One more would be the most in Major League Baseball this season. Jose Moreno. Era. Ricky Higgins, 38 Red Sox. And Johnny Kling, 1902 Cubs. Tough landing on that pitch. End to the top of the 7th. Here's the last pitch.
Yeah, something gave in that left leg, it looked like. It did look like it kind of gave out.
He around his calf, but I don't know if that's just went to make a grabbing motion.
Good.
He talked to Mark Shire, Salino, assistant trainer, pitching coach, interim manager during the break. Blue Jays pitcher, meanwhile, bounce out. Ramón.
Justin Brule, 3-pitch mix, sinking fastball, sweeper, and a cutter, making his 11th. Hitting .406 off the left.
Tough trade deadline news for teams who are contenders here. Eugenio Suarez, 9th inning in Detroit. Cruel irony of that we'll get to in a second. Deep left center, Colton Cowser into the bullpen. On left home run. Looking for the Orioles, and Cowser. Polanco bullpen.
Lefty backside ball. And that's his first Oriole. Home runs have been on the road. Swing.
And been 3 for his last 29 before that swing. And mistaken you are not.
I thought I read that about a week ago. He didn't have 1 home run and Blue Jays 21 runs allowed in the last 2 games.
Party on the first base side right now with the Bird leading. Yes, Chad. Mullins and Mayo back to back in the 2nd, Laureano in the 5th, and now Cowser in the 7th, and the Orioles have 4 home runs for the 2nd time in 4 nights. He has been on 3 times.
Boy, watch this swing here. He had a long ball.
Well done. Hey, Cowser's second home. From Mayo. Oh, it kicks away from Wagner. Goes head first to third. Mayo feet first to second. Stay on the bag there, Coby. No pop-up slide this time. Great hustle by the Orioles. Up 7 and still.
Guys, 2 singles and a homer. Boy, right here. And that was he can take an extra 90. And I think Mayo.
Yeah, great catch, Ben. May well have been obstruction if there wasn't a save call at second. Turns out not to matter. And now Jack.
There's Mullins. Truck. I don't know why Vladimir top of the bag, but he was. And when there's contact made, you can see the first base umpire point to contact right away. And if Coby would have been called out, I'm sure he would have been granted second base anyway.
Jordan Westberg. The cruel irony of the game, hit the fastball. The cruel irony, the Tigers have been seen as one of the key teams. Just knocked him out of the game. Will Vest, that's the one who hit him. May have major implications on the deadline. The Orioles get one more. Ten home runs in couple yards. I thought I was going to make it. His stupid cow sound.
You knew he was going to hit a homer. There was a real cow here before the game, so you knew he was going to hit a homer. Oh my goodness.
I'm going to make it. I'll never ever make it through that pro. Didn't place him. Oh, for Grant Wolfram coming in.
Wolf of Utah. 45 pounds of him. 8 2/3 innings of work so far.
They did play Wolves. That's our crew.
I was trying to ignore it.
Chill.
I was trying to ignore it, but I couldn't. Oh my goodness.
What sick man or woman in our truck? I think it is.
And we might see the Rougarou or hear the Rougarou yell before.
Well, Straw is pitched under Miles Straw. Come on, guys. What are we waiting for? Brian wants to look like. Blue Jays had a 3-run third, tied the game, and since then the Orioles have been on a nice little 8-1 run. Straw digs one into left for a base hit. Cowser decided to play a little more conservatively, up 7. Take the step back. So Strowd has the Jays' 11th hit of the night. Braden Fisher is warming. Oh, good. More animal themed last names. Wolf sounds. What does a fishy do? All the things we learn as kids are going to be so valuable in our lives. We spend so much time learning about animal sounds and colors. I am wondering.
It's just a roar. Kind of like a Sasquatch.
I think that came about because we had Rougned Odor 3 years ago.
That's exactly where it came from.
There's a 3-0 strike.
Okay.
Heineman doesn't think so, and he's right. Still
Heineman's
jabbering away.
Yeah.
Going to get a lot more playing time here with Alejandro Kirk on the concussion. Be a strike, but the previous one was. That's terrific. And I dare you. Oh, he did try to go right back to that spot. He had to swing at that one, and Mayo's got it.
Heineman still jawed at him a little bit.
Well, I'll give Brian Walsh this. At least he did not implode the situation by throwing him out.
Didn't escalate it.
Pinch hit for Will Wagner. Grant Wolfram keeps the Orioles scoreless streak out of the bullpen alive. 3 2/3 tonight. Bark at the moon, kids. Bark at the
You can move a little bit too.
SeatGeek are back at Camden Yards on August 8th. Experience the excitement as the Orioles face off against Nick Kurtz. 4-homer hit in Athletic, followed by a spectacular postgame fireworks show. Orioles.com/tickets. What a show that was.
What do you go 6 for 6 with 4 homers? First rookie ever in Major League Baseball history to hit 4 homers in a game.
Yeah, it did so in Houston on Friday night. And the Major League record set by Sean Green with 19 total bases in a game.
That's what I
run, by the way, as you look at the numbers on Fisher. For them, because there's 4 relievers left in the bullpen. Chad Green probably unavailable after a lot of work yesterday. Yariel Rodriguez, who's for a 3rd time in 4 games. The curveball to center. Maybe find out him to 4 or 5, but the fun. Had they scored a run, they would have been up to have saved Fisher. In a weird way, by not scoring, the Orioles have poured some salt in the wound.
Well, what it does is sets the Orioles up for tomorrow. And you mentioned it several times. I mean, doubleheader tomorrow, 18 innings to play. We're not quite sure who the clubs to give you some length, obviously.
They'll fly out to center. Camden Yards at 135 is Sacramento's finest athletics. Corduroy Cap Day presented by Danford will receive this wonderful giveaway. Go to Orioles.com/tickets. Adley's first 3 hit night since June 5th. Obviously, he's been out the last month plus. And he does not have a 4-hit game, but pretty darn good return. All 2 ribbies. Ryan O'Hearn 2. Ramón Laureano's 2 for 4. A home run to drive in 2, a double, a walk. Coby the Jays, by the way.
Yeah.
Holiday is the only starter to not reach base. He and Gunnar Henderson, the only 2 without a hit. Westberg had 3 hits on his bobblehead night. Rutschman 3, Mayo 3. Mullins all with 2. Multi-hit games. And an 18-0 win on Saturday. 2 of the last 3 games, the Orioles have combined for 11 different multi-hit efforts.
And the Orioles got out of the gates a little bit slowly offensively, but they made up for it in that Rocky series. And tonight has been a really good night with 11 runs and 16 hits.
Sky to right center by O'Hearn. Finds his way underneath it. We'll look to close out a series tonight for Baltimore. It's time for tonight. Hands replay, 4th inning. Of it.
Looked like there and reeled it in, and you know you start pitcher Zach.
All world plays from Mullins in this home against Orlando Arcia on Saturday night. Homered in that game. Tonight he homered and then made the leaping catch. May have robbed a home run right at the top of the wall. Part of an 11-4 lead for the Orioles with Kade Strowd.
Just going to audition here the last. Good. The breaking ball's real good. And he's got the kind of stuff, man. If he can harness it a little bit, he's the kind of guy that could be in your bullpen for sure in 2026.
Nathan Lucas almost had that potentially by Mound. Definitely made it out or hit the top of the. Probably going to go. And Lucas digs. Cutter, the pitch that Kade Strowd added a couple of years ago. Where have we? His repertoire. Oh, that's what. Another foul ball.
Oh, there's a happy camper.
So how about this? You wear your Adley jersey, you get to see, and then you get a foul ball after. A cotton candy in the world that can match. Grant Wolfram in 8th inning with only a hit allowed. 12 pitches. We'll find out about Colin Selby after the game, who final pitch and walked off gingerly. But you had Selby for an inning, Wolfram an inning, and hopefully Strowd for an inning for Tony Mansolino. Ground ball to Henderson. Much easier night in the field for him today. 4 relievers would go back with a double deal, but at least the pitch count's been pretty low. Make Spring. A fastball got away. Never hear 20,000 people so silent. His training staff. Springer, John Schneider was quickly out of the dugout as well. Moving around, I believe that's Boone trainer, and now this is Jose Ministral, their head athletic trainer, out to check on George Springer. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is down there as well. Springer has been helped. A 96-mile-per-hour fastball from Kade Strowd hit George Springer in what appeared to be the back of the helmet. George Springer, a player who has meant so much to this out-of-nowhere resurgent Toronto team, is on his feet. That is Ministral, members of the training staff, who will walk him off the field to an ovation from the Oriole fans. You see Boone Chong has his right arm under Springer's left armpit as they walk. Here.
Slowed it down a tick. Much right off the left ear hole. We are creating, it's just not enough. I mean, it's. And you go, but you're always worried, man, because you know how fragile it is. Trying to come closer. The ball just got away. I mean, he got away from him. Last year, remember, Kerstad got hit.
George Springer certainly will be going through a concussion. There's a series of brain injury, concussion. Very, very frightening thing.
It's very frightening.
Walk off with a little bit of assistance. Still 2 outs to go to finish this game. Ball 4 to Guerrero. It was a celebratory night for 8 innings.
There with a pitcher, man, it's hard. Like I said, it's an ugly part of the game. But if you're Kade Strowd, you can't lose your aggressiveness.
For 4. The last 2 days. Well, if he gets a hit here, he'll have a chance to set the major league record tomorrow. Just the Blue Jays. There are so many reasons why. Leads him in steals, 12 for 12.
Yeah.
Home runs with 18. He's been healthy. His bat speed has been great. Bouncing ball, Bichette. This will be a game ending. 6-3, turned by Henderson and Mayo. A big night for the Orioles offense as they take the opener from the Blue Jays.
Yeah, the Orioles hit with Laureano, a home run, and of course Mullins with a home run as well. And welcome this 4-game series against the best team in baseball.
Lost game 1 to Colorado, and the Orioles have roared 58. And now tomorrow a split. Homer double, a walk, continues this amazing home to create lasting memories here at Camden Yards. And Adley with 3 hits. A little muted. Our concerns are with in that top of the 9th inning. So great win for the Orioles, great celebratory win. But George Springer, who's always, we've heard, been one of the great people, great humanitarians in this game. We hope he's okay. John Schneider after the 7-4 and game was still in the balance.
I tell you, and the pitch has been really good too. And 2/3 shutout baseball. And good. I mean, Eflin was pretty good. This lineup should score some runs. They're going to be very competitive, and they were tonight.
20 minutes. Rutschman's with us now. How'd you like being in the cleanup spot?
Oh, it's League baseball is just such a blessing, and I'm so happy to be back with these guys, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, Rutsch, you had a chance to kind of hit the reset button a little bit, and what was that like for you, man? Going down, did you work on a few things? I know the main thing was to get healthy, obviously, but it was
hitting to behind the plate, we were able to do some. As much as we can with back healthy again.
Got from Chris Bassitt for a double. Were you coach there on that 3-1 pitch?
Get something over the heart of the plate.
man, 4 strikeouts and an really good.
Oh, he looked. Haven't been able to catch him this year, so
that was your first time to catch him then.
Yeah. Tonight had some great stuff working for him.
The 3-hit night for Jordan Westbrook too.
Bobblehead night.
More importantly, it was his bobblehead night. You have a bobblehead. You got one coming up. How do you rate the Jordan Westbrook bobblehead?
I mean, 3 hits for him. I think.
Nicer bobblehead than yours?
I haven't seen mine yet, so I got to take a look.
All right. Time with us.
Thank you, guys.
Great to have you. All right, buddy.
All right.
You worry. Orioles win at 11. Melanie Newman to start this series with the first place Jays.
The moo sounds here again. Hear from Adley's soon. Let's dig into tonight a big